Hey everyone, let me tell you something. It's all about the Skookie on the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. Gary House, the Outdoor Cook, Cooking Everything Outdoors show. I hope you try this at home. So what is a Skookie? The Skookie is a skillet cookie. It's basically a large cookie that's cooked in a skillet. But my friends over at Camp Chef have come up with these little skillets that are specifically designed for making cookies in. And let me tell you, this is quite a treat when you serve one of these big giant cookies up with a big glob of ice cream and a little chocolate syrup, which is exactly what we're going to do here in a little bit. Now I have two of these, and they come with little basically skillet mittens that help you when it's hot and holding it and serving it. But I've got to throw out a word of caution, is that we're putting these in a 350-degree grill, or an oven if you will, because these can go in an oven obviously. And this little holder gets mighty darn hot, so you want to make sure that you have double layer of insulation. So I just want to throw that warning out early, not earlier, but early. And we're going to make two of these. Now, flavor-wise, you can make whatever type of cookies you want, and I totally encourage you to come up with something creative and unique and absolutely delicious for your Skookie revelation here. I'm just going to use a pre-made cookie mix, big surprise there. We're going with some chocolate chunk cookie dough mix, and let me show you how I prepare all that and get it on the skillet and get it into the grill. So the simplicity of this cookie batter and cookie dough that we're going to make is that all you have to have is an egg and some butter, which is pretty darn easy to do for camping. It comes in a simple packet, and just add those items. There's other mixes out there that you add a little water and a little oil and blah, 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 blah. There's all different types. And if you're a scratch cooker, and please go for it. I love making cookies from scratch. And make your own and come up with something really great. But this one here is about as simple as can be. It's one stick of room temperature butter. And one egg, and I've got the most elongated egg I've ever seen. And we basically, cooking outdoors, are going to just mix all this together until the dough, or the powder mix is soft, basically. I guess you could call it soft. Thoroughly mixed is what it would be, but we got to just keep working this here. It'll take a few minutes to get this going, but outdoors right now, about the worst thing we have to worry about is the little buggers that love these lights. And we just need to continue incorporating the butter and the flour and the egg together until it looks like the soft cookie dough that you're used to seeing. We want to get as much of the white powder as possible incorporated, the cookie batter, until it looks pretty much like this. I got a little bit more to work in there, but I think we just about got it. And that'll soften up really, really nice. So our cookie dough batter's completely incorporated in with the butter and the egg. And now we need to prep our skillets. We don't have to preheat these at all. And all we have to do is basically take a little cooking spray and give them a nice shot so that our cookies don't stick. Nothing more than that. Now, this batter here is supposed to make something like 3 dozen tiny cookies. In our case, we might, and I'm hoping to get 4 Skookies out of this, but we'll see. We'll just kind of work it. This is not a diet-friendly cookie. Obviously, it's going to be, what, about 5 inches in diameter, probably about a 1/2 inch thick. So You can scale that back however you want. This is probably enough for 2 to 3 people just by itself, especially if you put a scoop of ice cream on there. I'm gonna have a hard time keeping my boys from having one each, but we'll see. So take a good scoop, and I couldn't tell you if this is like a half a cup or so, or how many ounces it is, but I just get a scoop of this, and we're just gonna plop it in there. And you're gonna have to get your fingers in there and spread this Skookie out. And keep in mind that it's gonna rise, so we wanna get it in there fairly thin. We'll add a little bit more as we go along here. And it is finger play time. And just somewhat get that filled in as best as possible. It's going to expand a little bit, it's going to rise a little bit, and you know, we need to plan on that by the amount of Skookie that you put in there. Let's get our other one prepared. Nice good spoonful here, and just work this out as best as possible. We're not looking for a Culinary Academy Award here, we're just looking at some really good dessert without too many bugs in them. Sometimes it wants to stick to your finger more than the skillet. So that looks okay. All right, so there we go. Cooking violation there. Got 2 Skookies ready to go in the grill. Now our grill needs to be at about 350 degrees, and we need to cook this in direct heat because it don't want a lot of bottom heat directly on a cookie, because it'll burn pretty quick. And every grill has a little different operating mechanisms with their burners. Some are going this way, and this particular one goes this way. So each one creates its own little difficulties and has its own little idiosyncrasies as far as heat control and everything else. So what I've done on this grill here is I've turned the middle burner completely off and the back and the forward burners to low. And that's going to help stabilize and maintain it at about 350 degrees. If you were to cook on a grill with 3 or 4 burners going from front to back, I think you'll have a little bit easier control over it. And if you have 3 burners, turn the middle burner off, have the outside burners on. If it's a 4 burner, then go with the outside burner and turn the 2 center burners off. And just think about how the heat circulates in your grill and how you're going to bake this in your grill, because it is an oven, and that's exactly what we're doing. So let's take our Skookies, and you want to fold the flap back. This doesn't go in this way, it goes in this way. So let's drop these in the center and put it like that, and put this one in about like that, and just making sure I've got them in the center of the grill as much as possible. And we'll shut her down and start cooking. Our cookies have been cooking about 10 minutes now, and I want to take a peek and just to make sure that we're doing okay and we're not burning anything. Oh, look at that. And you can see how much they've risen up, and everything looks even all the way around. It doesn't look like I've got any burning or any concerns at this point. If you do have any concerns about what's going on in there, you can always move your skillet around and rotate it. If you got heat, you know, that's unbalanced in your grill or anything like that. But these are looking good. Probably going to go about 10 more minutes. I find that these cookies, depending on how thick it is, cooks anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. So we'll see. Well, we're about 20 minutes into this. I can really smell the cookie dough cooking, and it's a good time to check and see where we're at. Oh, and we got some really good color now. You can see where it's browned up quite a bit. Still seems a little soft. So we're going to take the traditional toothpick test and set it in there and see how it comes out. And actually it's not looking too terribly bad there. Yeah, that's coming out clean. I'd say they're ready to pull, and at 20 minutes, so not too bad. Let's pull our Skookies off. Now I told you these were hot, so we're going to take a regular Skookie holder and another pair of gloves, and I just don't want to take any chances picking these up. So get our Skookie aligned so we can get our holder on there. Grab that, and we've got our insulated pad. Now, I'm going to get both of these off real quick so they'll slow down cooking. And you may think that probably the best thing to do would be to leave them right now in the cast iron skillet, the Skookie skillet. But what's really going to happen is it's going to continue to cook, and it may get really, really brown in there. So the option is to remove it, but they're really soft cookies, so it's a bit of a challenge to get them out. So it's 50-50 one way or another, leaving it in there or scooping it out. If you're going to try to scoop it out, then you want to very gently loosen it up around the edges as best you can, and release it from the skillet. Once we've done that, you want to gently try to scoop it out. Now, this may end up all over the place. It may not, but we'll see. And just how, yeah, I'm going to lose it. So that's not coming out for me, may come out for you. So I'm going to let them cool off in the skillet. They're going to cook a little bit more on the bottom and get a little crispy, and that's okay. Well, let's try to get this bad boy out. It's been 5 minutes, plenty of time for it to cool down. Yeah, I'm crumbling it a little bit there, but oh, there we go. Let's lift out our cookie, our Skookie with the damaged corner. Beautiful. Got one more to get out here. And the skillet's still really hot. I've only let it cool for maybe 5 minutes. Just so it releases, drop it out. And that is what we're talking about. And I think we're ready for some ice cream. Let's get some ice cream on this. Vanilla, of course. How much you want to put on there is entirely up to you. I'm going to go with 1.5 stacks. I happen to like chocolate syrup on my cookie. But it's not just a cookie, it's a Skookie. The #1 requested grilled item in my house by my boys, besides ribs, is a Skookie. And I hope you give this a try, because you know what I'm doing right now. 2 down, 2 to go, Skookie time. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. But without my sponsors, none of this would be possible. Camp Chef at outdoorcooking.com and Island Grillstone at islandgrillstone.com. 2 great companies with really fantastic products. Go visit them, go say hi, and go buy something. If you want to find out more about me, you can find me on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and of course, cooking-outdoors.com, where I'm always coming up with something crazy and new. This is Gary House, and I will see you when I see you.